Major five-finger patterns are built on a series of steps. We begin with a note called the tonic, and that is the main tone. We follow with a whole step, and we want to leave one key missing to create a whole step, another whole step, leave one key missing, a half step where there is no key coming between the two, and finally a whole step where we again have a key in between the two white ones. So together we look like this. If we look at our pattern of whole steps, we start with the tonic, and this means the main tone. This is Greek for main tone. We follow with a whole step. The W represents a whole, another whole. This is a half step, a little semicircle, and it says half, and then a whole step. And together we have this pattern that we call major. Now when we play in the key of C, it naturally follows this pattern by using only white keys, and so we can put our hands together. If we count our rhythm, we'll notice that we have a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and this is repeated on each series of patterns here. Notice the notes first start by going up in quarter notes and down in eighth notes, coming to rest on a half note before we repeat the next pattern. This is the sound of a major five-finger position starting on C. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And let's take a minute to build the next one. We're going to start from a D, and they tell us D. We're going to go up a whole step, E, up another whole step, which forces us to raise the F to an F sharp. Half step will be G, and a whole step higher is A. So notice in the D position, the third note is sharped, and we want to keep finger 3 on that in both hands. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the next position is starting on E. And if we take E as our tonic and build up a whole step, the F has to be forced up to an F sharp. And from F sharp up a whole step will be G sharp. And of course we want to leave one key in between the two black ones to create a whole step. G sharp up a half step will be the A, and there it is. And A up a whole step will be the B. So in the E position, we do have 2 sharps. And if you look at the score, notice numbers 2 and 3 have sharps next to them. If we match it with the left hand, the sharps come under fingers 4 and 3, but are still number 2 and 3 in the actual position. This is the way E major sounds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and next is F. F is the tonic, whole step is G, a whole step is A, up a half step, the B has to be lowered to a B flat, and so now to create that half step we have to drop the B to B flat, and then B flat to C is the final whole step. And remember, finger 4 goes on the B flat. If we match it in the left hand, finger 2 goes on B flat. Sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Next is G. And when you follow G, whole step, half step, nothing in between, whole step, all the keys fall on the white keys. We can match it with the left, and so this looks a lot like C major. Sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and notice no sharps or flats in G. Finally we come to A. A is our tonic, whole step is B, up a whole step, the C has to be raised to a C sharp, half step higher is D, and a whole step higher is D to E. And clearly we see the steps. We match it in the left, and notice again finger 3 goes on the C sharp together. Let's play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now, in just a minute, we'll string all 6 positions together in a sequence, we call them. But I want to teach you to remember this pattern of whole steps and half steps so you can build a major finger pattern at any time, anywhere you go, on whatever keyboard you find yourself. So what we're going to do is on the word tonic, let's snap our fingers, and then whole, whole, let's tap, right, left, and half step, let's clap, and the final whole step, let's tap again. So together we would go tonic, whole, whole, half, whole. A little tapping device to get you to remember the pattern of whole steps and half steps. Try it again, tonic, whole, whole, half, whole. And you can do it very fast, tonic, whole, whole, half, whole. And this will remind you. Now, our goal is to play a series without stopping of all 6, going from one pattern to the next to achieve a fluency in the playing. So let's try it, starting on C. And once again, your positions are all white. D has a sharp. E has 2 sharps on 2 and 3. F has a flat on 4. G is all white. And A has a sharp on C. So it's always good to review your positions before you have to actually play. Now, listen to the whole series. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and D goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and this is E and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and shift to F, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, go to G and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and go to A and 2 and 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you develop a good understanding of major 5-finger patterns, when you come to them in the music, you will never have to be alarmed. You already have the technique and knowledge of where to find those notes to produce the major sound. Have fun with major 5-finger positions.